Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. So yeah, anyway, that's the whole he and she and so on. I generally refer to everything as he. Just about everything. Right. So, moving on. I said I was going to stop before I got myself into trouble, and I've no doubt that somebody will have been upset, but yeah, well, make it known in the comment section. Just remember that if you swear in the comment section, the comment gets automatically removed by YouTube, and nobody will get to see it. So if you keep it civil, you can register your disgust with the things that I've been saying, and everybody will get to see it. I do not delete those comments. I do not delete comments. I've been accused previously of deleting comments that are criticizing me or the channel. I don't do that. If the comment is swearing, if there is swearing in the comment, YouTube it filters it out automatically, and then it deletes it after so many days. I don't approve those comments. I don't go through and approve comments that have got swearing in them. So if you want your comment to be heard and you're watching, like, read the description. There's a thing in the description of every single video that states quite clearly that it's a family channel. I don't have swearing in the comment section. So if you want your comment to be read, if you want to register your disgust with this channel and how you think that it is terrible and you're never going to watch it again, by all means, please do so. Put it into the comment section, but if you keep it clean, everybody can actually see the comment. Because it's surprising how many people don't actually follow that rule, but then a lot of people don't bother to read the description. So, it's all there, it's all hidden in the description, all the information you could want, all about it. Speaking of criticism, I actually got several comments recently on some older videos. I do quite often get comments from older videos criticizing all manner of different things. The ones that are funny to me are the ones where they're saying that I'm telling people to do things wrong because in update so-and-so, so-and-so, it's now like this and your information is wrong and you're misleading people. I made the video like 4 years ago, dude. Like, seriously, 4 years ago, and the update you're talking about happened a month ago. What do you want me to do? Go back through and carefully analyze I've got more than 5,000 videos. I'm not doing that. And even for the ones where it gets pointed out how I now have inaccurate, false information, and I'm misleading the crowds, yeah, I'm still not changing anything. I'm still not going to go through and do anything different on any of it whatsoever. I'm just flat out not going to do it. So if you want that bit changed, well, you can put the correct information in the comment section if you like. As long as you don't swear, it'll stay there. And then everybody will get to see it. Like some of the comments that have come up recently. Anyway, let's move into here, and I want to go to there, to the cows, and we have got 192,500 litres. We've got 55 cows in here, so almost 200,000 litres of hay. I got 57,000 litres of hay left in this trailer right here, and I've still got to go and gather up a whole load in round this way. So we don't have any hay in storage, but I do have a whole field of hay that I can go and gather up down here, which is going to be a load more money. But before I can do that, I need to go to this one right here. So that's finished, which means that I need to go and get the seed drill on so that we can start planting our sunflowers. I'm just coming back in for a new round of recording, and I'm gonna drop that one down in there. If I just put it going up the row where it was, you can pretty much guarantee that it's going to go and start heading off across the field that way, so I figure it's probably better if I leave it going up here. And then I can finish changing this one over. I was just going to get that seed drill on and then start planting. And I'm going to get it out into one of the big fields. We'll deal with the little fields in a bit once we've sort of gotten the big fields properly planted up and done. And that's the most time-consuming bit. I mean, it doesn't actually take all that long with these seed drills. So we're not going to be doing too bad out of this. So we've got corn on there at the moment. I need to change that over to sunflowers like that. And I really, really like these seed drills. I like the way that they fold up and the transport position, everything on them. I think they're absolutely brilliant. It's very cool being able to swap them around like that. So we'll pick that one up, and then we will fold everything up like that so that it is ready for field work. I'm going to do a single pass along the bottom end and the top end. Actually, no, I'm not going to bother doing the bottom end here. I'm just going to do one pass along the top end, up this end, and then I'm going to let the hired help just take over, and we'll see how it does with the stuff down that end. It might end up planting the field okay without me interfering with it. It might not. I'm not sure about that. We'll wait and see. So let me just straighten that one out a little bit more like that. You know what? While I'm up here, because we actually have a bit of difficulty with this field, I'll take off the top end of both of these fields, and that way we haven't got to worry about it when we're changing them over in a bit. It's probably actually going to work out quicker if I do it like this. If I do this one first. So if I come over there, I am giving it a bit of overlap because there is a little bit that sticks out just there. And so we'll lower that one down, start it up, and one pass along there. That's all we're going to need. We're not going to need any more than that. It's only so that it can turn around on that corner, because it gets a bit hung up on the stone bank that's back over there, the exposed rock face over there. Gets a little bit hung up on that one. It doesn't seem to have any concerns with any of the rest of it. So we'll do one pass there, and then we'll go up this side, and we'll do the same along the top end of this field. Bring you there, and I'm hoping that is actually going to be enough then that we'll be able to do all the turning around that it needs to do. It should be okay. I mean, it does sometimes try and climb up on that little bit of bank right there, but for the rest of it, it's usually alright and just kind of carries on and does what it's supposed to do. It turns around like within the limits of the field. Something I'm quite looking forward to seeing with FS22 is whether or not the hired help is better at doing the turning round. I mean, I know that they did do a lot of work to it. They did improve it quite a bit, actually, with this one. And one of the big improvements was that there's a lot more turning actually in the field. I mean, yes, when you've got crops growing there, it looks a bit odd, but I'd rather have it look a bit odd than it drive out the end of the field and get hung up on the banks and stuff like that. I actually think that is a better, of the two choices, I think it's definitely the better way round to do it. You are almost done up here. We'll keep a close eye on you, and then as soon as you finish, we can change you over. That one over there, let me go and grab it a second. That is all done. It's just going to work its way across the field doing stuff that it doesn't need to do. So if I fold this one up, I'm going to run it right down, and we'll put this one away a second. I'm just going to leave it parked on. I'm just going to leave this one hooked up to the tractor for a minute. Actually, if we could start doing the spreading while we're also doing, because the spreading can be done with the hired help. Maltese Panda said in a comment about there is a mod you can get that alters the manure pile. You can alter it around a little bit so that we could change it so that particular pile there isn't sort of loading up in that slightly weird fashion. It would load up in a better way. So there is a possibility we could go and have a look at that at some point, but at the moment I'm not too sure. Now, if we go and have a look this way, you can see from the vegetable warehouse bit that we've got no fertilizer up there. Oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong bit, that's why. We got lime required. We can ignore the lime requirements. So we've got one lot of fertilizer on each. We just need one coat of slurry across both of these fields. We have a half a tanker in here already. I'm hoping that if I go on, we've got 27,000 litres in there. That should be enough. Actually, I don't think it will be enough. I don't think that's going to be enough to do the other field as well. It'll be enough to do this field, but I don't think it's going to be enough to do the next one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a pass along the bottom end of this field. And then I'm also going to go up and I'm going to do a pass along the top end of the field as well. So that there's enough room to turn around, because otherwise it doesn't turn around properly. And then I can set the hired help running on this field while we're gathering up the hay with our forage wagon up there. That's about right on there. It looks pretty good. And that's done. Right, so now if I just go over and I'll top it back up again, and then I can leave the hired help to run on this one, we will at least get this field here spread, even if we're not able to go and get all of the other field done. Now, we can go and get a manure spreader, and we could do it like that. That is definitely a possibility. If I'm going to get a manure spreader, I'll also get the mill thing that I like to use. Right, you're going nicely there. The mill thing is... well, most of you already know which one I'm referring to. It's under MISC over here. Miscellaneous. There, it's that milling machine right there. It loads everything. It's absolutely fantastic. We get that one and combine that one with a manure spreader. I think it would do a really, really good job. Whether or not it actually would do a really, really good job, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure it would do a reasonable job. Now, we got to keep an eye out for when the hired help says it has finished its work, because I want to get the second seed drill running as quickly as possible. That has got to be our priority job above all else, because we want to be making the money on that. We don't want to be making the money. We want to have that in. We don't want to be kind of like sitting around waiting for crops to get planted when we've done all of our other work. Now, these other jobs aren't going to take all that long. We've done most of them already. This hay here, we're going to gather all of this up and run it off down and sell it. We've got everything that we need in for the cows, haven't we? So all we have to do with this is gather it up and sell it. And then we want to get a bit of slurry onto these fields. We may not get all of the slurry that I would like. And yeah, I think we will try the manure spreading. Like, I think that would be quite good. If we've got the money for it, once we've sold this hay here, if we've got the money, we will try the slurry spreading and see if we can gain anything with that. I mean, not slurry spread, the manure spreading. We should be able to get them done. So we just got to get ourselves a decent muck spreader. Unfortunately, the muck spreader that I prefer personally in real life, the one that I actually there's a lot of people don't really like them. It's a rotor spreader, one with chains inside. A lot of people don't like them. Because they don't give an even spread. They absolutely do not give an even spread at all. They are you gotta pay a lot more attention to what's going on with it. And yeah. It's not, they really aren't that great a spreader. Like, they're cheap to make and they're cheap to buy, which is why people use them. I actually really like them, though. I actually really enjoy using those, far more than I do any other muck spreader. The ones that chuck it out the back, which is the bulk of the ones that we use in this game, manure spreaders over here. See, that's a side throw one there, which I quite like. The rest of these, they chuck it out the back. I've never been fond of those, because they have this habit of flicking stones forward, and it goes, there's a grill there between the muck spreader and the tractor, but I have had a couple of times stones go through the grill and straight into the back window of the tractor and then shatter it, and yeah, it's not good. You don't like you don't want that. That's not the sort of thing you need. You don't need to be sitting there under heavy fire. It's not fun. It really isn't. So I'm not really a fan of those types of spreaders. I mean, they have their moments, and there are sort of some versions of them are considerably better than other versions of them. There's no denying that. But overall, I prefer anything that chucks it out to the side rather than chucks it out behind. Because the problem with the ones chucking them out behind, you can, like, it doesn't matter how careful you are, there is always going to be the chance that the stone can be caught and flicked forwards rather than out the back where it belongs. Whereas if it's chucking it out the side, it's not going to happen, is it? And like when you're mowing, if you're doing some mowing, the chances of the mower catching a stone and flicking it into the window of the tractor are fairly slim because the mower is out to the side of the tractor anyway. So there's a much smaller area for it to go. Whereas the muck spreaders, those muck spreaders, it's not like that at all. You are directly in the line of fire. They, like, it's a straight line between you and the beaters on the back. And you can see the thing spinning. Yes, there is a gate on the back, and yes, while you're going along, you do control the gate. You try to keep it so that it is below the level of the manure on the top. That does stop it from happening, but when you're getting down towards the end of the load, you can't completely block it. Not when you're getting towards the end of that load, and that's when it's going to happen. That's when it's going to happen. When you're getting right down to the end, you're getting the last few little bits. Right, I don't want you going all the way up there before you start, so you want to start right there like that. I'm going to just keep an eye on this one going up across the field here, and I'm actually thinking for this one, you know what? Let's not. I was thinking about like doing a pass along the top end up there, but now I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it go because I'm curious if it's going to go right to the end of the field. I might, though, just take it out and start working on that end of the field, just so that we don't have any issues, seeing as I'm watching it all the way up here, and it's planted everything. It hasn't left any gaps on the slightly uneven patch that we got back there. So it's doing all of that just fine. Go on a little bit further, and stop right there. So, yeah, I won't do a pass along the top here. We'll see if the trees are going to be in the way for, like, doing the crop right to the edge of the field or not. I don't think they will be in the way. I think we were alright with these drills. It's the longer ones, the trailed ones. They struggle more with those. Right. Off you trot. You will be absolutely fine. So, no, I don't want to go to that one yet. I want to go to this one over here. We have almost finished this field, so the next load that I take out of here will be enough to finish this field, and then we'll be able to go and get started on the next field, except, ooh, we've got almost 3 full loads. I mean, that's not too bad. 3 full loads. There's it's definitely better than a kick in the teeth. We get a good chunk, because we should get this field here done. This one will be finished now. Just bring that in. I always overlap ever so slightly, like that. Seems to work a little bit better. There. It's not that much of an overlap, but it'll keep that going. Right, so you can stay there, and you are doing absolutely fine. And then you are doing absolutely fine here, so it's this one here that we want, and we want to keep going with gathering all of this lot up. Now, we can, if we want to, obviously go and tip this into the storage, and then transfer it into the truck, and then use the truck to carry this down, but I'm kind of thinking I don't want to do that. I'm thinking I'd like to just journey down there with the tractor and take a look around. It's been a little while since we had a long road trip with the tractor, and it's not like we've got other important things that we have to do at the moment. We're waiting on the seed drills to finish up their work, so we've got the time for it. We have got the time to go and have ourselves a little bit of a road trip if we want. Come in here and grab this. I reckon that we're going to wind up with... Well, actually, I reckon I was going to say 150,000, but I think we're going to be more than that. I think we're going to be about 160,000. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But 160,000 litres, that's a pretty good trailer load, that is. And, I mean, the cows in here, let's just take a quick look. Cows are completely full. It's like we haven't got any room for anything else to go in for the cows. And that is, like, there's 10 days worth that goes in there, so we definitely don't need to worry about that. Now, I did go up the wrong row on that, because we're going to come down number 3 over there. We'll go up this one, we'll go down number 2, and we'll have 1 row left in the middle. So what we need to do is we need to turn round and come down this row here. And then we'll need to go up the row, not the one right next to us, but one over, so that we're not fault 106. We're going to be 170, maybe 180,000. Okay, it's a nice thick crop down here this time. This is pretty good. So we want to head up this one, and then we don't want to come down the immediate next one, because it's too sharp a turn. So we'll head over, we'll skip a row. Helper B has completed their task. That is the muck spreading all done. That's all finished out in that field, and as soon as I've gathered up the rest of this hay, I will top that spreader back up, and then I will bring it out and let it start work on the fields out here. So we've got the little odd bit out here on the end. Grab that. So we've got 175,000 litres of hay so far. And then the final stretch down through here. 180,000, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 184,000 litres of hay. That's not too bad. And the price that we were looking at before, that was all the way down the bottom, wasn't it? 217 euros per 1,000 litres. That's going to be a pretty good bit of money, that is. That is going to be a pretty good bit of money. Right, so I have got 2 full tanker loads. That's what we'll end up with for our field out there. It's going to be 2 full tanker loads. So we will want a bit of muck to go out onto the fields as well. Let me take that. It's not going to be 2... Actually, is it? Yes, it will be. It'll just 2 full tanker loads. There, we've got 8,500. So 500 litres left over, which isn't really worth bothering with. So I will just set this one going along the top end of the field. And then we're going to go and sell that hay. We will take the forage wagon back. And then once we've done that, we can head off towards the dealership. Actually, no, we don't need to go to the dealership. We'll telephone the order in, and then once we've telephoned that order in, let me just reverse this over a little bit. Once we phone the order in, we can go then helper D. Okay, we've done some planting, we've finished that. We'll be able to just pick it up from the yard once we've returned, and then we can bring the muck spreader and the milling machine up here ready for this tractor, because this tractor will be able to use both of them. There should be enough room for this tractor to turn round on the headlands as well, I'm hoping. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. Right, so you have finished that field. You actually finished exactly right. There was no overlap or anything on that. That's pretty cool. And I can run over this side. Now, we've already done the piece along the top end of the field up there. So we don't need to worry about that. All I got to do is bring you back in here, set you going, and away you go with a whoosh. Right, that one's doing just fine in there. You over this side have got a little bit to go yet, and he is getting right to the end of the field. Absolutely perfect. That is fantastic news. Right. You're next. We got a road trip to go on, so we need to get down to the barn. The fastest way for us to get to the barn is going to be out along this road right here. We're then going to go past the milk factory, and then we're going to head down past the restaurant, and we're going to take a shortcut through the biogas plant. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we should be going right through the biogas plant, same as I'm not actually sure if we should be taking shortcuts through the milk factory here either, but, you know, we're already heading this way, so yeah, I guess it'll be alright. I mean, we provide them with an awful lot of milk, so I can't see that they're going to complain too much about us just driving in through there. So we come out through that way, and then we get these two. The problem with, like, these fields here, 2021, I always used to find it a bit inconvenient with the road being there. But what I think we can do, because we have access to the landscaping stuff, is when we buy these 2 fields, we can plough up this, straighten out the edge down through there a little bit and get rid of those few trees, and we can build ourselves a new road in around that way, and that way we get to turn this into one big field, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that I'll be able to do that. I absolutely do. I am, like, originally I said of this series I didn't want to, like, go overboard with the landscaping, and I don't want to go overboard with the landscaping, at least not to start with. I may do a grand finale where we literally smooth out every single hill that we can, and I mean, yes, we won't be able to do all of the roads, like we've got, like, there's roads with traffic all over them, like these roads right here. I could plough these roads up, but the cars are still going to be there, unless... Actually, there is an option, isn't there? There is actually an option in the options to turn the traffic off. So we could turn traffic off, and then we could plough up every single road that isn't the main road. Like these roads back here, we can plough all of these up. This could be a grand finale that we do after we've bought everything and we've gone through, or, you know, if we get to the point where we've sort of reached the end of the game, we've reached the end of our time and we have to look at selling everything. We're not selling it, just like stopping the series, because we've gotten to the release of the new game. That's the words I'm looking for. It's the release of the new game that we're looking out for. Where is the map? Where's the barn? The release, yeah. When the new game. I'm sitting on the barn. Huh. There's no actual sell point here. Is it here? No. Why is there no sell point for the barn? Anyone want to help me out? Why have I got no sell point? I'm not going to do a force tip. I don't want to do that because I don't want to, like, chuck stuff away. But this don't seem quite right. It's not going to be back there, is it? Help I is complete. So we got some planting done. But yeah, like, remove a big chunk of the trees and, you know, level everything out and just turn the map into one massive great big field right at the end, just before FS22 comes out and we finish up the series. I figured that could be quite an interesting thing to go and do. That could definitely be an option for us. I mean, I don't know. You may not want me to go and do such a thing, but right, it's telling me that the barn is there, but I don't have a sell point. We'll come back to that in a second. This is weird. I know that there was... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.